Another thing that they may not teach you in your French class is how to say we. Okay, they probably teach you in French class that the word for we is nous. Okay, and you may learn phrases like nous avons, we have. The reality is, if you say this in, like you go to a restaurant, and you say nous avons, like nous avons 4 personnes, we have 4 people, they're going to think you're like a bourgeois, okay? They're going to think you're like a prince or something, okay? Because very few people speak like this in everyday contexts. There's a different word, and that is on. On, okay? And on, it's sort of like the way we use one to say like one wants this in French, in English, you know, like a miscellaneous person. And it began like that in French, but it's now come to be used almost exclusively as we, okay? And so you can say, like, you basically don't need to bother with learning the first person plural conjugation in French. And they're often a bit complicated and they don't really fall in line with the other conjugations, so it's a good one to get rid of, and maybe that's why this has become so popular, because you can actually just use the first person singular, which in oral French is almost always pretty much the same as the first person, like the first person singular, and so you can sort of skip learning a lot of conjugations. So, for example, first person singular, like I want, is je veux, or like in, if you're being polite, you would say like je voudrais, I would like je voudrais une table, I would like a table pour 4 personnes, for 4 people. In reality, but if you're trying to do like plural, you would say nous voudrions. It's complicated, it's hard to remember. What you can do is just say on voudrait, okay? In pronunciation, it's exactly the same. On voudrait, je voudrais, okay? Conjugation of third person singular, on voudrait. Exactly the same pronunciation as first person singular, on voudrait. On veut. Or if we're using the example of manger, on mange. On mange dehors. We want to eat outside. On mange dehors. Or you can ask as a question like, can we eat outside? On peut manger. On peut manger dehors. Okay. So yeah, it's used as third person singular. You can still see it used sometimes as in this sort of the way you use it in English to say like one, like on peut fumer, like one can smoke outside, but it's often used to be like third person. So sorry, in the same way you use like first person plural, in the same way you would do we.